for it, and they said, wait for it, we'll let you know. And you were behaving like a newcomer there again, whereas you've had 3 decades of superstardom here, 100 movies. And tell us that 24 story. I love that. Like, tell us in brief about how you got 24 to India, because it wasn't that simple, and it's not a question of how much does it cost and I want to bring to India. You had to put a wager on that one.
Yeah, exactly, because you see, 24, what I did in America, the American show which I did, that was all about contract, and it was a very professional decision. And getting 24 to India was exactly what this film is all about. That when the first day of my shoot, and I read the script, the first episode, and I said, I have to take this to India. And Howard Gordon, one of the most respected, and he's the showrunner of Homeland as well as 24, and written a lot of books also. So I met him, and I said, I want to take 24 to India. So he just looked at me. I said, as he wants to take 24 to India, you know who he's talking to, and who are the stakeholders of 24 India, 24 internationally. They're all billionaires, and what is, you can't offer me anything. So he just looked at me. I said, you finish this 24, and then we'll talk about this. So obviously, I was there for 6 months, and I completely, not that I was working, and what I was doing was exactly thinking that I have to take, to India. But obviously, back of the mind, it was there. But that was not the main motivation. But somewhere, the way I, the professionalism and the work ethics and the way I am, and I think somewhere the way I worked over there, as you said, that I was like a newcomer over there, and I was like a newcomer, and they felt that I'm a like-minded person, and it's not about money, and it's not about contract. He wants to they must have realized it, that it's all about the kind of person I am and what I want to do with the show. And the last day of the shoot of 24 America, we had a big celebration. They had a big celebration for me. And then I said, let me go and say bye to him. So I went up to the office, and then I said, you remember you told me about you want to take 24 to India. And yes, sir. I said, of course I have. I said, I want to take...
Did you say sir? Did you actually say sir to them?
Yeah. I said sir to you and to Irrfan sir also. Yeah. Basically, I respect all youngsters.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's younger to me, Howard Gordon. Yeah. And and he picked up the phone and made all his calls to all the stakeholders. He called up 20th Century Fox, and today 24 India is kind of a big game changer on Indian television. Every channel I hear, every actor, every production house wants to do something like 24. I said 24 जैसा कुछ करते हैं यार, 24 जैसा कुछ करते हैं. अगर 24 जैसा कहानी है, 24 जैसा पैसा मिले एक show के लिए, it's all about that. So, in a way, if I had, it was not about how much money I'm going to make, because I was risking my career, doing television, and that also coming to India and doing fiction, because all the big stars and major stars have done reality shows.
Yeah.
And even I was offered all the reality shows, quite a few of them. But I just didn't feel instinctively, I said for me, it was not the money. I just didn't feel that I would enjoy being a judge or being a host. And I feel that's not me. For me, I would enjoy acting. I would enjoy something which is a great role, great storytelling. And 24 is all about storytelling. It's about great writing. And, I did it in India, and it just paid off. So it was a
But he just says, I just did it and it paid off. I just asked him, when is the next season? He said, it's happening soon. I said, how long will it take? He said, 200 days non-stop shooting. It's not like I just did it. You did
matter
it
of
for
fact,
200 days non-stop.
To be honestly, I can make much more money doing feature films.
Yeah.
And, and doing
because
other
24
things.
is 24 hours.
Yeah,
right?
it's
a real-time
almost
show.
like making 12 films. And now I'm starting my second season very soon. And of course, when I started the first season, I had a commitment to the second season also, and they all are very happy with it. The channels are happy. The channel is happy. The board is happy. So, and I'm looking forward to the second season.
I am too. And I'm going to ask a question to both of you, although Irrfan will have a very short answer to that. I know why. when you do wagers, when you do these crazy things in life, and it applies to everybody, there's a lot of criticism. Why Irrfan will have a short answer is, I've never seen you being criticized. The critics love you.
No,
I think
no, no,
they love you.
I'll give you examples.
Okay, give me example. Maybe you can give an example. And for you, you have taken so many what we call in India pangas, or so many wagers, or so many of these things that, why do I have to do this? Even my daughter is acting now, I can just sit back and chill. What is that thought process? Because I think it's very helpful for people here. But let's quickly, darling of the critics, Irrfan, answer it. Like, what criticism me?
Actually, for me, I am so critical of myself that I don't need any other critics, you know.
So
It's like, you know, it's from my childhood. It's like given by God that I have to criticize myself, because the first sentence I learned about to speak was a criticism about myself, you know. So and I'm very comfortable with it now. Earlier I was, I suffered from this tendency, and when I thought of becoming an actor, it was like, you know, impossible, because I was so thin, dark, odd-looking guy. I'm still odd-looking, but, you know, I was so shy that nobody could have imagined that I could become an actor. I couldn't even tell to my friends that I could become an actor. If I would have told them, they would have made fun of me, you know. So I just kept this desire in me, and I.
So you may be your only critic?
Makes me work harder. So I wait sometimes for people to make fun of me and or criticize me. So because they don't know what they're in for, you know. So it just makes me work doubly harder.
Okay. So if bricks are thrown at you, you are going to make a house.
Well, I think palace.
Palace. Yeah. Okay, that's a good answer. Really good answer. I'm going to end this evening with one last question, which I actually, because the event was taking its time here, but I really liked his answer. And I'm going to ask Anil the last question, which is, what made you do this? Why are you doing a Johnny Walker Blue Label event? I know you don't do endorsements that much. You've done this. There has to be a bigger reason, because I know you are not the brand endorsement kind of person, or you don't work with brands so much. You've done this event. Why?
Well, I think all of you all will be surprised, but it's a very emotional moment for me. It's a very emotional decision. It might sound with a black label bottle over here, and all of us blue label. Sorry, blue, black,
no.
It's the same family, yeah. But it's blue label, yeah. It's rare. It's classy. It's fantastic, and well, of course, I've had blue label, and I love it. And the reason is, my father was completely obsessed and passionate about Johnny Walker. For him, his life, not only my father, I think, the great Raj Kapoor also. So when they came to me and they spoke about Blue Label and Johnny Walker Blue Label, I said, I have to be part of this event. So obviously, like people would react. I said, it's an alcohol, and that, of course, alcohol, as you say, is legal. It's fine. There's nothing. I can't be a hypocrite, because I also drink sometimes, and I love a peg of Blue Label, or a black label, or whatever. So I said I must go there, and I think I would. And I started remembering my father and how he would love his Johnny Walker. Obviously, Blue Label was unaffordable, and I could not really initially or my father could not really afford to buy a bottle of Blue Label, because it was either the red label or the black label. And then when I would travel for shootings and go abroad, or my friends would go, and then I would get this bottle of Blue Label for my father. He wouldn't want anything. He just didn't want anything. No shirt, no suit, no shoes, nothing, no electronics. Was a bottle Johnny Walker ki liya na, putar. So that was his obsession. So I said, so today in a way, I remember my father, and I dedicate this evening.
And tell us about, you told me this, you've still kept the half-finished bottles.
Yes. There are some bottles which are still there, and there are about 3 Blue Label bottles, in my house, which I preserve and keep it. And I don't open it because, I feel somewhere, I think when I go up there, I'm going to, try to take them along. And give it to my dad.
Not empty bottle.
You can't top that for a last answer. And I think you guys inspire me for sure. I have a long way to go to think like you guys. And I think you've inspired the audience. And your just honesty tonight. And it just shows that this pays off in life sometimes. Sometimes wagers. So how bad can it be anyway? Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. You've been very insightful.
Thank you. Honestly, guys, please have a seat. I think it was an amazing discussion, and thank you so much for being with us and bringing this whole.
मेरा सवाल आप दोनों से है, इस फिल्म आप दोनों ने स्लमडॉग में काम किया, ये 6 मिनट की फिल्म देखते हो, कहीं आपके जन्म में ये था कि काश हम दोनों ने इसमें भी काम किया होता?
So I'm going to just translate it for some people who may not. He said, did you see the 6-minute film and felt, hey, it would have been fun to be a part of this film too? Irrfan?
Yeah, I think मिलता तो we would have done a great job, no?
Yeah, of course.
ये इच्छा आई नहीं, लेकिन आप बोल रहे हैं तो अभी अब लग रहा है कि हाँ करना चाहिए
But
था.
who would have danced and who would have not danced?
I think I should have danced.
So Arjun gets the Jude Law role.
Yeah, of course. Irrfan would do the Jude Law role.
उस बोट के लिए नाचा जा सकता है.
Interesting, good question. Next.
Good evening, gentlemen. Is it audible? Yes, thank you. I think after one down, everyone would like to have a wager. That's my first assumption. After one peg down, one would love to have a wager. That's just an assumption. Okay. When somebody has enough money, then he goes for the satisfaction rule. That let me have some satisfaction in life after having some amount of money. And when he has all the satisfaction he wants, that is up to a level, then he says, okay, why not again make money? So it goes side by side, and the satisfaction is only looked after when one can afford it to have it.